Hey guys! Welcome to Couple. Please like and subscribe if you like this video. Army wife Angela Ricketts was soaking in a bubble bath in her Colorado home, leafing through a memoir, when a message appeared on her iPhone from hackers threatening to slaughter her family. Dear Angela, the Facebook message read. Bloody Valentine's Day. We know everything about you, your husband and your children, the message continued, claiming that the hackers operating under the flag of Islamic State militants had penetrated her computer and her phone. We're much closer than you can even imagine. Ricketts was one of 5 military wives who received death threats from the self-styled cyber caliphate on the morning of February 10, 2015. The warnings led to days of anguished media coverage of Islamic State militants' online reach. Except it wasn't IS. The Associated Press has found evidence that the women were targeted not by jihadists but by the same Russian hacking group that intervened in the American election and exposed the emails of Hillary Clinton's presidential campaign chairman, John Podesta. The brazen false flag is a case study in the difficulty of assigning blame in a world where hackers routinely borrow one another's identities to throw investigators off track. The operation's attempt to hype the threat of radical Islam also presaged the inflammatory messages pushed by internet trolls during the U.S. presidential race. Russian spies masqueraded as Islamic State supporters to threaten vocal spouses of U.S. Army personnel, the Associated Press has found. Cyber Caliphate was actually a front for the Russian hacking group that intervened in the American election. May 8. Links between Cyber Caliphate and the Russian hackers typically nicknamed Fancy Bear or APT28 have been documented previously. On both sides of the Atlantic, the consensus is that the two groups are closely related. But that consensus never filtered through to the women involved, many of whom were convinced they had been targeted by Islamic State sympathizers right up until the AP contacted them. Never in a million years did I think that it was the Russians, said Ricketts, an author and advocate for veterans and military families. She called the revelation mind-blowing. It feels so hilarious and insidious at the same time. Completely new ground as Ricketts scrambled out of the tub to show the threat to her husband. Nearly identical messages reached Lori Volkman, a deputy prosecutor based in Oregon who had won fame as a blogger after her husband deployed to the Middle East, Ashley Broadway Mack, based in the Washington, D.C. area and head of an association for gay and lesbian military family members, and Amy Bushitz, an Alaska-based journalist who covers spouse and family issues for Military.com. Liz Snell, the wife of a U.S. Marine, was at her husband's retirement ceremony in California when her phone rang. The Twitter account of her charity, Military Spouses of Strength, had been hacked. It was broadcasting public threats not only to herself and the other spouses, but also to their families and then First Lady Michelle Obama. Snell flew home to Michigan from the ceremony, took her children and checked into a comfort inn for 2 nights. Anytime somebody threatens your family, Mama Bear comes out, she said.